I have been fascinated with the thought of what if Elphaba and the wizard met after the end of Wicked. Elphaba sat in her favorite brown chair in the backyard of the home she and Fiyero had settled in. The beyond was full of white dust and glittery magic. Unlike Oz, where magic was all too rare, the magic in this place was abundant and could be utilized by anyone. Elphaba and Fiyero had found a town alive with what Oz should have been and could have been, but they did it without even trying. Elphaba sat in front of a white canvas, which burst to life with color as Elphaba's hands danced in front of the canvas, brushes of different colors dancing under her guidance. The white canvas, now covered with greens and pink, the emerald city under a pink sky, a yellow brick road leading from every direction to the city. On the left, in the sky, a bubble, her best friend reigning gracefully. To the right, smaller, as though floating out of sight, the wizard in his balloon, flying to his banishment. Gentle hands wrapped around Elphaba's shoulders. Fiyero's nose nestled into Elphaba's neck. She leaned back comfortably into him, his gentle kisses sending warmth through her. "You're getting good at that," Fiyero said. Elphaba chuckled quietly to herself, eyeing the painting. "It's the magic of this place. The magic is the tool," Fiyero told her. "You, my dear Elphaba, are the artist." Elphaba smiled, hugging his arms that wrapped around her. Elphaba's eyes went back to the pink bubble. "Do you think she's all right?" "Every update that comes from the scouts is that she is doing well," Fiyero assured her. "The people trust her, and her magic grows. Ozians believe she is even more powerful than the wizard." "Because she is," Elphaba stated, standing to face Fiyero. "Beautiful, powerful, and unstoppable." "As are you," Fiyero said, pulling her hand to his lips with a tender kiss. "You have both made sacrifices, and Oz is what it is because of both of you." "You're buttering me up," Elphaba laughed, wrapping her arms around him. "Is it working?" Fiyero teased, leaning into her. "Too good," Elphaba admitted before kissing him lovingly. "Now," she said, pulling away, "don't you have places to be?" Fiyero released her reluctantly with a sigh. "I suppose you're right." He put his hat on his head. "Isn't the point of living here that we don't have to be anywhere? We can just stay all day in our bed and never leave." Elphaba laughed at him. "You're the one that wanted to be of use and help the Council of the Beyond." "How stupid of me," Fiyero said, cupping her cheek and kissing her once more before mounting his horse. "I shall return by nightfall, and I'll be here waiting." Fiyero rode off, and Elphaba turned back to her painting. Satisfied, she picked it up and took it inside, reaching it above the fireplace. She gave a satisfied nod and turned away. "I'm flattered you included me," a familiar voice came from behind Elphaba, startling her to scream and spin back around, grabbing a candlestick to throw. At first she was confused because there was nobody there that she could see. For a moment, she thought she was going crazy. It sounded... But no, it couldn't have been. But there, so small in the painting, the wizard seemed to come to life. "I think you captured my best features," the wizard said, like a hologram sitting on the side of the balloon, his legs dangling happily, like a child on a stoop. Elphaba snarled at him and threw the candlestick at the painting. As the candlestick made contact with the canvas, the wizard and his air balloon burst into flame. "See, this is why I avoided making my first appearance in person," the wizard spoke from behind Elphaba. She turned again to see his reflection in the kettle. Elphaba moved her hand into a fist, the kettle crumbling into a tin ball. "You do realize you're just tearing your things apart doing that," the wizard said, his hologram showing up full size as though he was in the room with her, sitting in Fiyero's favorite chair with his fingertips pressed together. "Though I know you have every right to be angry." The hologram rose from the seat. Elphaba stood defiantly, teeth clenched at him. The wizard was a sad version of what Elphaba remembered. His hair, once kept perfectly in place, was tousled, his vest unbuttoned, and boots dusty. "Why are you here?" Elphaba asked. "I," the wizard began, and then hesitated. "I just want to see you, speak with you." Elphaba was already turning away, shaking her head. "I want to try and make amends." "Amends?" Elphaba balked at him. "You who caged animals and forced them not to speak. You, a silver tongue who lies and divides. You, who literally tried to kill me and turned all of Oz against me. In your banishment, you seek me out to make amends. I knew you were a coward. Now I know you're also a fool." "Elphaba, the wizard began, but Elphaba swiped her hand and the hologram trickled away into the dust. "Please," the wizard himself said, now darkening the doorway to the home. "At least let me explain." Elphaba paused as she saw the wizard's hand open, the green bottle she'd kept under her pillow for all of her life in Oz. "Where did you get that?" Elphaba asked. "Glinda graciously gave this to me right before she banished me," the wizard explained. He put his other hand in his pocket, revealing 3 more identical bottles. "Because she saw me drinking these." Elphaba's brow furrowed. Why would her mother have a bottle from the wizard? That didn't make any sense. The wizard bowed his head sheepishly, looking rather guilty, even ashamed of himself, as he twitched nervously. "May I, the wizard shifted. "May I please speak with you? And if you don't like what I have to say, I promise you will never have to see me again." Elphaba looked hard at him. "I had thought I'd already earned that right. How did you even find me? How do you know that I was even alive? No one is supposed to know." "Listen, please," the wizard stepped forward, but paused as Elphaba recoiled. "Elphaba, please, one story, the truth." Elphaba scoffed, turning away. "One story, one song, one more trick or manipulative gesture. Your truth." She turned back and looked at him in the eyes. "Where have your truths gotten me?" The wizard looked at his shoes, ashamed of himself. He knew she had every right to feel the way she did. He wanted so badly to tell her everything, but for once in his life, he wanted to do it right. He stepped into the house, Elphaba's eyes watching him closely, her face hard, her stance warning, hands in fists. The wizard placed the bottle Elphaba got from her mother on the small table near the door, and then walked back to the open doorway, placing his hat on top of his head. "I'll return tomorrow," he told her, looking back. "I do hope you'll hear me." And he was gone. Should I continue this story? Are we intrigued?